And good morning. I'll tell you the truth. I felt when I woke up this morning, and I felt it all through the night, that I was fighting a battle. I was trying to hold a door shut that people from the outside kept trying to open and attack me. And it seems like I had a wife and a child with me, at least one, and it was a temporary dwelling place. But my security was being threatened throughout the night, so I awakened feeling like I had been fighting all night long and really did not feel like getting out of bed, but of course I did. I still woke up a little after 3 o'clock, quarter after 3 about, and got out of bed actually right at 4. I just finally pulled myself out and anyway. That's where I am this morning as far as my feelings. And I debated back and forth when I came to the computer what I would actually talk about today. There were a few ideas that came to mind, and I didn't really like any of them as as driving motivated talks might be, because I've been feeling this angst and going through this anyway, let me just get to it. 2012. We must learn how to stand in our power. Every waking man or woman can see that the powers that seem to rule the world are hell-bent on overturning the rights of the people. At every turn, they act with arrogance as they pass unlawful acts and bills that limit the individual right to speak freely, to assemble collectively, and to redress grievances. The Constitution did not fail. We did. We must learn how to stand in our power and not back down until they acquiesce and do what is right by us. The time is now. Are you ready? Ever since I received the paperwork from the attorney in which they made a motion before the court that had to be done at a hearing. They've been trying to do it without a hearing all along for a good while. They've been trying not to have a hearing. But the hearing is required by the clerk of the court. Thank God the clerk of the court did something according to law. In any case, I've been working on my response, and I'm further along than what I'm going to share with you this morning, but I'm going to read to you the first 2 pages of my response. Here it goes. The title of my document, after all of the headings and stuff like that, is Motion to Deny PNC Bank National Association's Motion to Strike Objection to Foreclosure Sale and for order directing clerk of court to issue certificate of title. Whereas this case has been ongoing since July 2005, and whereas it has never gone to trial, and whereas the property in question has never been named in or on any mortgage or other document that would indicate third-party defendants' claim thereto, and whereas there has never been a foreclosure hearing in this matter, and whereas no papers have been lawfully served on or to Ronald Van Dyke in regard to the taking of his property, and whereas it is unlawful to take a homestead property, footnote, in Florida, I hereby demand that PNC Bank National Association's motion be denied with prejudice. In addition, this court and officers thereof have consistently disregarded affidavits, notices of understanding, claims of rights, and other documents filed in this matter, which, as a matter of law, voids all orders, summary judgments, and any other rulings against Ronald Van Dyke. Now, the footnote. The Florida homestead exemption offers virtually absolute protection from forced sale to meet the demands of creditors, except under 4 special circumstances. The 4 types of creditors that can still force the sale of a homestead to collect debts owed to them are the state of Florida and its counties or municipalities to collect past due property taxes, parties to whom the property was specifically pledged as credit for a mortgage, underline, specifically pledged, mechanics who are owed money for work performed in repairing or improving the property, and number 4, any creditor with a lien that predates the establishment of homestead. This usually includes condominium and mandatory homeowner association liens, depending on the language and age of the covenants. Page 2. Notice, court may only operate under the law of the land. I am no longer acting pro se, but rather sui juris. I am able to speak for myself as one of the people, from whom the court and all public officials derive their only just powers and authority. This court and all officers thereof are bound by law and oath of office to the following. Article 6, Clause 2. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. Furthermore, Article 3, Section 2, Clause 1, the judicial power shall extend to all cases in law and equity arising under this Constitution, shows that the Constitution applies to this case. Furthermore, in the state of Florida, all judges and judicial officers have taken an oath of office to support and defend state and federal constitutions. Specifically, a judge must not deny anyone of their rights to due process of law, access to the courts, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, trial by jury, and many other rights set out in our state and federal constitutions. In addition, public officials in Florida are required to post surety bonds in order to guarantee that the public official will faithfully perform the official duties as per law. Therefore, I demand that the judge and all attorneys in this matter provide for my personal examination copies of their signed oath of office and their surety bond. Failure to do so will disqualify him or her from participating in this proceeding. The law. 1968 Florida Constitution, Article 1, Declaration of Rights, Section 24. Access to public records and meetings. A. Every person has the right to inspect or copy any public record made or received in connection with the official business of any public body, officer, or employee of the state or persons acting on their behalf, except with respect to records exempted pursuant to this section or specifically made confidential by this Constitution. This section specifically includes the legislative, executive, and judicial branches of government and each agency or department created thereunder, counties, municipalities, and districts, and each constitutional officer, board, and commission or entity created pursuant to law or this Constitution. No matter in this case is to be decided without a trial by jury as required by law, and all orders and judgments of this court since the onset of this case are null and void. The law, U.S. Constitution, Bill of Rights, Article 7. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Also, 1968 Florida Constitution, Article 1, Declaration of Rights, Section 22. The right of trial by jury shall be secure to all and remain inviolate. The qualifications and the number of jurors, not fewer than 6, shall be fixed by law. And the 1838, the original Florida Constitution, Section 6, that the right of trial by jury shall forever remain inviolate. These and other matters relating to the law and this case are affirmed in the following affidavit of status. Only natural men and women, one of the people, are able to affirm anything by affidavit, those acting in a corporate capacity notwithstanding. An unrebutted affidavit is prima facie evidence, an irrefutable and indisputable fact in this case before the court. Any rebuttal must be in writing, under oath, on the record, and under penalty of perjury. That begins a much more lengthy presentation to the court in this matter, which will be presented prior to the hearing itself. I, as one of the people, am setting the stage and laying the groundwork to remind the court of its responsibility under the law. We have to understand as people that the Constitution does not give us rights. It recognizes the rights our Creator has already given to us. I listened to a young man yesterday in a video saying that the Constitution has failed. No, it did not fail. We failed to stand in our rights as given to us by our Creator and to hold those public servants that claim to have authority over us, to hold them to the limits placed upon them by the very documents which are self-described as the law of the land. The law of the land, the Constitution, is self-proclaimed. This is the ultimate law. And we have allowed our officials and our courts to make other laws that take away our rights, or at least on the face value stand as if they take away our rights. But we don't stand in our rights and keep on standing. I have kept on standing throughout this case, which is why it has gone on. Something like 1,500 pages of documentation over a nearly 7-year period. Because after the first 2 lawyers burned me and did not serve my interests, I learned and began to learn the law. Did I make mistakes in the process? Of course I did. Of course I did. The law is very convoluted, and I've done the best that I could, and I keep getting better at what I'm doing. I didn't know about setting the stage and laying the foundation or reminding the court of the foundation already laid that places them under requirement to perform a certain way. And I will hold them to the law to the best of my ability. I will stand in my power, and each of us needs to be able to do that. It's not easy. Now, let me say that there are indications and lots of rumors flying around on the internet and in the culture that most people listening will be aware of. Rumors that the officials, the treasonous officials that have stolen the rights of the people, that have not only undermined our rights, but have committed verifiable crimes against humanity in waging war against humanity and against human rights that they are sworn to uphold. We are well aware that there are arrest warrants issued for probably 10,000 or more individuals around the world, bankers, CEOs of multinational corporations, high-rated politicians, people that have been hiding in the shadows that don't even have a title, that have been controlling the money and the system that we've been living under, whose tentacles are like a beast reaching into every aspect of our lives, forcing us to feel, even in our dreams, as if somebody from the outside is trying to attack and take that which is ours. And we're standing and holding our ground to the best of our ability. And we are the ones being empowered. And the powers that have been are the ones that are coming down. We know that by rumor. And we can feel that, although the battle still continues. I share these things with you so that you might take personal inventory and ask yourself, am I standing in my power? Am I claiming my birthright to be free? Only you can answer that question for yourself. Many people are standing in their power and learning the best we can to stand strong and hold on to that which was given to us from the very beginning of our human existence. Natural rights, unalienable and inalienable, cannot be taken away. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.